Hey everybody, I have returned. Hopefully you've all been having a good time playing some EverQuest or at least watching some Twitch while you've been, or I should say while I've been away. Uh, so I am back on the Ash Owlbear Hunt. 32 of 60. It's not too bad. Didn't take too long to finish this quest off. Typically what happens is I finish this quest on a character on one of these sorts of things, and then very quickly thereafter, normally the same day, someone else says, "Hey, could you come help me kill some Ash Owlbears in Neck Forest?" Yeah, of course I can. You know, it's just kind of how it ends up being, in my experience. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens this time or not. In the meanwhile, it looks like I need to promote Hibbity Boppity to member still, so let's get that knocked out of the way. Of course, I still have not gone to the house and given him access to that yet. Let's examine this. We already did the examine part of this. What am I talking about? All right. But anyway, haven't given him access to the guild house yet, but that can certainly happen the next time I'm in town, if only I can remember to. Definitely enjoying having this new set of armor. I should thank Claw for that. Well, a gnat symbol, so very much like an exclamation point, really. What more can I say? I have fingers that click bad on this tiny, tiny keyboard. I think this is, if not the smallest keyboard I've ever used, certainly it is close to it. It would have to be the next smallest, if not the smallest. I don't even know what kind of, it's a pavilion. It's an HP pavilion. And a small one. I don't know. I don't remember what size the monitor is or any of that, but let me just say, it is not large. The keyboard is just kind of cramped together, with tiny little keys, so. In my previous EverQuest experience, I've always used the PC for it, so it's definitely different using a laptop that is not really even slightly intended for gaming. But, you know, it's functional, as long as I don't try to do anything too intensive. I suspect that if I tried raiding on my current setup, bad things would happen. And, I mean, even just setting the settings on the good graphics, when I was looking for the branch in the Froglock Village, made it get extremely hot. So, pretty sure going out on a raid with 23 other people would tax it more than it's capable of being taxed, and it would probably just overheat the computer, or it would not be able to continue playing the game. In a particle-heavy raid, it's unlikely. could turn off all the particle effects for it, and I would definitely do that. But even so, I don't know that it could manage it. Hopefully, by the time that I get to any point where I would want to be doing something like that, I can hopefully have a better system set up. We'll see. It's actually one thing I intended to do today was try to see if I can just price a new charging cord that'll work for the other laptop that I have, because I've been casting about and have still not found the charging cord that should go with the computer or the other laptop. So it's not looking good on finding that. Weirdly. Seems like a strange thing to lose, honestly, but here we are. I'm actually amazing at losing things. It's one of my other skills. You know how to go this way because this is where the Owlbears are going to be. 41 of 60. It's not too bad. Ooh, here we have another chest. Check out. Got some web-covered nuts. I guess I should actually be looking at these things that are dropping to see if they are in any way helpful to me. I don't think that any of the armor will be, of course, because I just got a new set. But if I see any jewelry, I may put it on temporarily. I don't really think that I will, because I'm planning to, I say that and then I see this regular plain Jane earring that happens to have a couple of strength on it, and I'm very sorely tempted. Maybe, after all, I will. We'll see. Stare at it for a second and decide. It's actually, I think it's significantly better. That's sad but true. Thorn stud earring may be the way to go here. I think I'll hold off on it for the moment. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just kill this and stick it on, actually. Get up here so that I don't get attacked by owlbears while I have a look. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not put that on? Really doesn't matter what I replace with it, because it's better than both of them, really. But I think I will replace the Wordsmith's Earring of Insight, which is the one with the little green gem in it. There we go. Now, go ahead and save. Oh, save my harvesting set, as it turns out. What a joke. Okay, so we'll equip this then, and then put our Thornstead earring back on and save that. There we go. That was different. Good to know. Hex dolls. Who needs them? That explains a lot, though, because I wondered earlier why I would have possibly. That's so funny. I wondered why I would have my my shovel and brain is not working. Shovel and pick for harvesting on my hotbar. I was like, that's very strange. Well, that actually became a lot more clear right now. It is because it wasn't on my hotbar. My hexstalls were on my hotbar. So, hexstall, and then hexstall. There we go. Replaced them. That's very funny. You'd think it would have been a hint for me, but apparently not. Cool. Well, good thing I was looking in there. This should make things go a little bit better. Which means, actually, that's very funny. That also means that whenever I fought the blue heroic triple up earlier, I would have been in my harvesting gear then as well. So, cool. $45 of 60 at this point. 15 more Ash Owlbear updates to go. All right. Just to show you where I'm at right now on this, you can see it shows on the map Firelight Shrillers, Ash Owlbears, Feather. This is the line you want to be in to get the most owlbears. And of course, these, for the most part, are non-heroic. If you run into the elder owlbears at one end, they are heroic, so be aware of that. You just want to get the plain ones in order to, don't think I can do the rings at thirst, because I think, let's see, try the rings on. And we tried this earlier. I may already be on it, or I may have already done it, and it just not be, working. Which it looks like I've already done it and it's just not starting. We're gonna go down and make sure that I'm not on it. So I've sorted by alphabetically, and it is definitely not here. So that means I may as well delete this for now. If they fix that to where those work again, then I would be willing to do the quest again. But as long as it's not going to start the quest when I do that, then I don't see any real reason to carry it around. And they drop often enough that I'm not too concerned about it. I've already done it anyway, so it's kind of, again, it's the whole same sort of situation as a dull wedge and a broken harness. The difference is that it didn't disappear from my bags. I think that's probably because it doesn't disappear right away, I don't think, when you get the quest. So I think what's happening is it's just acting as though you have gotten the quest when you haven't. When you examine it like that and you've already done it. What they've essentially done is made a repeatable quest that is a drop non-repeatable. I've noticed that the language pieces also continue to drop from animals that have languages after no one in your group needs them. So it's another interesting, I would say, glitch that's going on right now. And of course, I mean, there's going to be glitches because it's they're using an old style of game, and then they've tried to implement part of the live changes and not other live changes, and so it's like this hybrid thing going on, and they still have to be able to make it mesh with live servers and PvP server and all that. So it's kind of to be expected. And of course, I mean, I could bug report this happening, but I've already reported the stylized dagger situation, and I'm pretty sure that the fix on all of these dropped quests is the same. It's all about whether they are being allocated as repeatable quests in the coding, I would think. And so apparently they're not, and it therefore is I shouldn't have killed this guy. He's for a quest for someone. I should have kept him available for someone else to kill, because you know what? I will, because he is part of a quest, and I don't think that it doesn't look like he gives AA or anything, so there's no real benefit for me to kill him, and someone else may need him, so I will run him off. I don't want to run the Owlbear off, though. Man, I mean, how else could I possibly find an Owlbear? Feather just is, it's really liking me. And he should stop that. Okay, so that's interesting. Feather is still on me. Even though the Ash Owlbear, okay. Man, how rude. Come on, Feather, go away. Go away, man. Oh my gosh, really? Really? Oh, this is crazy. I guess I'm gonna have to kill him in a second. Well, let's try breaking the encounter. All right, excellent. Whew, that was a long run we had there. All right, now back to the slaying of owlbears, as you do. Over here to the side. And we're just going to go by Foul Feather on the left. Getting plenty of the clipped owlbear feathers. No shortage of those. Got some repops happening behind me over there. This is because I had to go run Foulfeather off for, significantly longer than I would have expected. Ah, so close to finished with this. And I may go see how I fare against those ghoul thicks. Now that I have on my adventuring gear instead of my crafting gear. Seems like that could be fun. Well, to be fair, it was my harvesting gear, not my crafting gear. In many ways, the crafting gear may be better for adventuring in than the harvesting gear. Well, there's that again. We'll just leave it because we know that we can't actually do anything with it. Let's see. Is this the final owlbear? Perhaps. Nope, no such luck. Plenty of armor pieces dropping from these guys, though. Alright, enough high-quality owlbear meat has been gathered to impress Dragoon K'naea. So I suppose I may as well go and get that update. He's way up here. I should have dodged the spiders just so that they would not slow me down in all this. It's alright. I found another one. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to click the run button. We'll just try to barrel our way through this area. All right. Out of the aggro area. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and pause on track so that if I see something of interest, like these motley Kodiaks, which I would have seen anyway, but here we are. Then I can go kill those. There's some dragoons over there that have tags as well, and I'm gonna go grab those. I think they may just be being lit up because they're considered stronger skeletons. Possibly. I'm gonna look and see if I specifically need any dragoons. Any dragoon sentries. Dragoon lieutenant, of course. But
so where do you get those little stones that you use to do things in the
scrying stones? Okay, so you can get those on the docks in Thundering Steps, like to the side of the docks. If you're facing that, okay, so you go on the docks, you go to the first building on your left, and on the left side of that building, there's a person standing over near some crates, kind of behind the crates on that back corner, and you can purchase them there.
The little rat guy?
Possibly.
He's selling them for 18 silver each.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'll buy a stack.
Go for it. Why not, right?
I'm gonna try to do the journey as half the fun in Thundering Steps.
Alrighty.
I am speed.
Shouldn't be any trouble to do that.
Well, as long as nothing, snares me or whatever.
I need to go this way. Got turned around somehow there, it looks like. We got a Kodiak over here. Might as well grab him on our way.
Exactly as I was concerned about. All these skeletons are getting on me. Are deity quests a thing yet?
No, they shouldn't be.
When did those become a thing?
Not certain.
Where's Deadview Pass?
Skeleton area in, I think, go down southwest of the docks. A good ways southwest.
Yeah, I found it on my map. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to make this run.
You can do it.
You know what's going to be really heckish? Nektulos Forest.
Yeah, it's no fun.
I don't see how, like, to do that, really. Like, I'm picturing the paths I'll have to take in my mind, and I'm just like, man, I don't know how to do that without just getting screwed.
You used the griffin a good bit, you know.
I don't have the griffin yet.
We'll get the griffin first. Alright, got the bear eyes done. Interesting. I guess it was worth it for the experience. I suppose it couldn't hurt to take on adventures
I made
such
it
as these.
through the Deadview Pass area, sort of. I'm about to die, actually. I need to go to the Shrine of the Sirens.
Okay, so that's going to be to the west, in the ocean. You remember where that scout was on the beach there?
No, not at all.
Okay. Go to the west coast where the nasty bird flies back and forth. Windfeather?
Gust Feather?
Sure, sounds right. No, it's Windfeather. I think. It's okay, you know where the cemetery is for the Clan McMurrin?
Yeah.
Alright, so southwest of the cemetery in that ocean. Close to where your updates for Strange Black Rock are? So at the beginning of, right off the beach there.
It's not letting me... I have to run back north? Well, I've already failed then. I can't go there. I was going the wrong way. There's no way I can make it in time.
Where back to the beach? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm at, like, Copeland... whatever.
Coldwind Cove. Take the griffin to south. No,
I'm close enough to the griffin.
If you're by Coldwind Cove, you ought to be.
Also, I'm getting snared by everything in the universe. Now I'm dead. Now I can respawn next to the Griffin Tower, I guess.
Excellent. That works. You took the shortcut. These guys just hopped right on me. Only I had some power potions on me. Shame.
You're like, oh my god.
Man, my bags are full too. Okay, I'll go ahead and delete this because I wasn't able to turn it in. So I may as well. That'll give me a spot. And also, Dragoon K'naea is over here. And I'll go ahead and get my buffs back on fully too. Alright, so Dragoon K'naea says,
hello.
Do you bring the meat for my people, or are you trying my patience? Speak quickly, adventurer. I say I'm still hunting the meat, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying I brought the meat. Impressive. This meat will last us through the season. I am beginning to trust you, which may be a miscalculation on my part. However, I have not lived this long by making faulty judgments. I say, then what else can I do to gain your trust? He says, this forest has long been a part of our great empire. I have returned to it now to find that it has grown dangerous for my people. You will help reduce that danger. And I say, how am I to do that? He says, the unnatural ones shuffle forth from the castle beyond the Gargoyle Gorge. These constructs threaten the lives of my people and are a danger to us all. Destroy them and bring me proof. Do this, and I might speak with you again. I say, I'll take care of the constructs. All right, so now that update is I need to kill the undead near Nektropos Castle and collect proof of their destruction, which is convenient because I need to kill those patchworkmen over there anyway. But since I'm over here, I believe I may need some more of these Thexians. Yes, Thexians and Chosens. So I may as well grab them while I'm here. I got a little extra on me there, but I'm not too terribly concerned about it. Can't find the shrine, he says. That's too bad. It's under the water. It is underneath the water. You actually have to swim under to get your update. If you're at the right beach, you should be able to swim out just a very little ways from the beach, and it's going to be on the south side of that beach line. Hopefully you can hear me. We need a few more of the Venchosens, perhaps.
I hope.
Rain's off, that's too bad. He cannot hear me, so that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and get this Venchosen here. Strangely, he does not seem to have a feather. And I'm stunned. It's unfortunate. He has unstunned, but we'll see if we can knock some of this down real quick and be in a little less poor condition. Probably, yeah, I already have that note from Kirizora. Let's see, do I need any more of these folks? I do. got a feather here. But you know what? I don't think that I do. These feathers seem to just be on the skeletons? Perhaps. Try it just in case, but I think it's just on the skeletons, so I don't think I actually need these guys. It just appears that I do. Note that I did not get an update over in my quest window over there. Nothing was flashing. So even though they have feathers, they're not going to count for this. I think it's just the stronger undead that's being noticed by the system. So let's see. Need undead near Neck Castle. Ash wolves, Gulthix mystics, skeletons, patchwork men, dragoon sentries, golems, select dragoon lieutenant, examine the blade. Heck yeah, I can do that. Looks like my bags are pretty full. You found the blade of an elegantly crafted sword. It is missing the hilt, so the blade has been rendered useless. Looking at the metal of the blade, however, you're not sure you should get rid of it. The metal seems to have been hammered and folded quite a number of times, making it unbelievably strong. We are going to look at the sword. Alright. I've been able to reform this blade that has been folded 100 times. I believe this fine sword will be well worth the time it took to fix it. If we look at it, it is not in fact worth the amount of time that it took to fix it, because what I have on right now is a master crafted imbued steel dagger, which is 3 levels higher, and therefore in the same range really as this. And gotta tell you, it's just not really up to snuff. So may as well get my ash wolves while I'm over there. Got one more of those to get. Out of room. No bueno. I can, however, delete the 3 black rings because it will not let me get those, and I don't have it. I've already done that quest, so. Because I would like to go ahead and kill off these ash wolves before I call back to town and deposit some things in the guild depots there. At the house. Can't get the boiled leather pelt. Man, oh man, is there anything else in my bags that's absolutely garbage? I mean, boiled leather pelt isn't all that exciting, so I'm not going to delete anything that has any use to it whatsoever, but if something is completely useless, like the quest starters that don't start quests, I may not need to have this note found on Kixazora's Anast's body anymore, but I'm not 100% sure that I've finished that quest line, so I will keep it, and I'll just leave this here and go call the city. Once I get on the right tab of this, and turn some of this into the depots at the guild house. I didn't exactly go run over to a safe space or anything. I'm just hoping nothing aggroes and interrupts my call. Too many octopi, he's saying. Okay. To find the shrine. Yeah, there are a lot of octopi over there. The annoying thing about the octopi is that they'll snare you. And so if you're underwater, especially getting those updates for like a Strange Black Rock and Haddon's Earring, you go down pretty dang deep in the water. And if an octopus gets on you and snares you, then you can't get up in time, and you end up drowning, or at least being hurt from that if you don't have water breathing. Of course, after you have had Siren, you don't have to worry about that so much anymore. But until you do, it definitely can be bothersome. I'm gonna grab this and lie low. Because that won't hurt to have an adept. Okay, I still have a bunch of stuff that is junking up my bags, so I'm gonna go stop by the bank. And so I'll bank some things, and I'll also stop by the guy there by the bank and sell some things. Gotta try to clean up this bag space situation a little bit. Stop first at the salesman, hide not for sale, and then get rid of some of this stuff here. These ones can't be used. Some of the things like that can be used for crafting. The canine saliva is one that normally can. That one apparently can't. Equipped owlbear feather. I think we don't really need any more of those. And I don't think that they're going to start the quest or anything at this point. So we'll just sell those as well. Oh, hey. How you doing, White Plum? Let's do a slash wave here. And then sell some wooden splinters. I don't know if I have anything that I need to dump into the bank itself right now. Nothing too exciting there. Maybe this severed bone. Throw that in. Give me one more space anyway. There we go. Got that out of the way. There's certainly a lot of things left, but I have almost 2 bags clear, so I'll take it for now. Well, there's a little gathering right out here, isn't there? Interesting. All right, onward, because I see no reason to mess around too much here right now. I have some things that I need ultimately to throw on the broker. And then, of course, there's some things that I need to take to status point merchants. But I don't want to do that right now. I'm just going to head on back out. Antonica, here I come. At some point soon, I'll have enough vitality built back up in trade skilling to go mess with that. .1% isn't really enough to qualify, I don't think. Let's see as we run through, just make sure I don't have anything to turn in here in Antonica. I don't, so no need to pause in my journey. Or at least if I do have something here, it's not apparent currently. Now let's see here. Invite Gargrim, and maybe I can even help him with this quest. I just not interested personally in doing the journeyman boots right now. The journey is half the fun. Because again, you can't use those for a while, so I just don't really. From my perspective, like I'm level 33, I don't think you can equip those boots until level 40. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So I don't really see the point of having that taking a slot in my journal. My journal is constantly full. Right now I have room for 3 quests. So I don't see any reason to put that in there until I'm ready to do it. And again, no real reason to do that until I have reached the level where I can equip the boots. So, but I can at least show him where some things are. He wants to know where the Siren Shrine is, and I can certainly fly over there and demonstrate that one's location. Well, 1 sec. Now, one thing you can do when you're running the journey is half the fun. For obviously, you use the griffin towers and fly partway here and there to get that. As a scout, you can evac at certain times, and that helps. You don't actually need to. In between towers, when you're running from one place to another, you can use the sprint button strategically, and it's really not terribly bad as long as you do that. So, but you do have to know where all those things are. I see that he is in Sundered Splitpaw, delving into the darkness right now. Interesting. Maybe I better join him. There's one right over here. But you have to start with these teleporters. Zoning back into here now, so. Well. Over there. Okay. Obviously, I should have continued with my flight. I had thought I would jump in there, but that's okay. Actually, doing the Sundered Splitpaw stuff would be a good idea. It's a whole thing, right? It starts with the darkened shard, and you get the quest from that. You first go into those teleporters there, and then you have to work your way through there until finally you go to the Splitpaw den over here, down there, Sundered Splitpaw. And in there, you go through a series of events where you have to use things appropriately. Crates will break if you use them too often, things like that. And eventually, you make your way over to the den where they have a bunch of quests, and you go into various zones. They have solo and group things to do there. And so you have to do a number of quests with them before you get access. Like some quests will open up access to others and things like that. Because as you build your faction, you can open up access to different things. There's a merchant over there who sells things. I want to say that there are spells or abilities that you can get from the merchant there, kind of like Tombs of Night in Neck Forest. If you do the Tombs of Night quests over there, then you have access to a different different spells depending on what class you are that are specific to vampire fighting. That said, I think the priest one isn't specific, and it can do damage to anything. I want to say that anything that hits you or anything that hits. I don't remember exactly, but there's a very good priest spell you can get if you are a priest, obviously. Now, the shrine is right over here, right here. Okay, Shrine of the Sirens right there. Ah, Gargrim is in a fight with a tide octopus. That's unfortunate. I suppose. Surrounded by sirens? Yes. The very one. Oh, Windfeather no less, huh? Well, that's a terrible idea. Let's mez him. Well, no, we won't, because we're gonna fight him. Okay, that works too. Alright, a nice little dagger here. I don't want it, but for a level 18, it's a very good dagger. Well, let's see. Since we're here, what do we need here? Let's get rid of all these checkmarked things. And see what we've got to checkmark here. We've got badgers, gnolls. I'm not gonna check for a general gnoll. Return mail for Blarton. I haven't talked to Blarton on this one yet. Animated scarecrows. I do need to do that. Drowned foot soldiers, young antelopes, water dwelling fish. Well, I could have done that a second ago, I suppose. Centaurs, I won't check it for a general centaur quest. Revenant soldiers, saber-tooth hunters, sack of berries on the thinnery step dogs. Boy, that would have been smart to remember any of the number of times that I've gone onto the docks. It's funny. A tide octopi. More centaurs. Ha, Halloween slave, your friend and mine. Tobias Granville. I may as well turn that in while I'm over here. pirates. Let's see here. Granville's restaurant update should be here somewhere right there, apparently. Let's see. Be in this house. Alright, let's see what we got here. Tobias Granville.
Salutations.
Well, it's about time. I was beginning to worry. And I say, here's your seafood. He says, good, good. These do nicely. I'm surprised it took this long. My old supplier used to say that one could walk across the water on the backs of the crabs and fishes. Something must be keeping their numbers unnaturally low. Perhaps you could look into this. I need to ensure a steady supply of fresh ingredients for my bisque. And I say, what's your theory on this? He says, he used to gather my ingredients at Thundermist Valley's Cove. Last time I saw him, he was babbling about singing. I suspect there's a concentration of sirens, or babbling about singing makes more sense. There's no comma there. I suspect there's a concentration of sirens out there that might have a hand in hoarding not only my ingredients, but my suppliers as well. They might have some kind of underwater gathering place near the shore. I say I'll investigate and report back. And, of course, we were talking about the aforementioned Siren Shrine, humorously enough, because that is obviously also where Gyardum is going to be headed. Heaven's Earring needs Nektropos now. Okay, yes. I need to look on the beach north of the docks, apparently. I don't think I've ever actually done the Isle of Mara content, says Gyardum. That's interesting. And he says, except for the Gathering Obsession. Well, not quite high enough to do it yet either. Oh, he did not go back to the Siren Shrine. He went this direction. Who knows where? Who knows? But let's see here. We may as well pick up these repeatables while we're in the area. Guess we can get this one from Holy Ruin.
My husband's a good,
strong man.
I fear for his life every time he goes out on patrol. The men of this village are very proud and may not choose to enlist the aid of outsiders. I beseech you to crush those who threaten our lives.
I would be glad to help.
Horrible creatures of every sort threaten Thundermist Village. I'll reward you as best I can for the creatures you destroy, but I beg of you not to tell my husband of your deed.
I will defend the village. Alright, so we got that one. There should be one more. There he is, blinking over here. Stands outside of the house, somewhere over here. Maybe around this corner? Yep. I'm too far in. It's Brianna. She's actually Brianna's hides. That's not the one I was thinking of. Ah, that's the guy I'm thinking of, Grin Styles. I must already have his quest or have already finished his line. Brianna's not a repeatable.
Hello!
Har, what kind of work do you think you can do with the little arms like those? Are you here for the apprenticeship? Yes, I am. The job is mostly odd jobs. It's what I do. Fix things for people. Patch up armor. Repair broken fences. And occasionally help with party decorations. Do you think you could assist me with some odd jobs? Note that she has misspelled occasionally right there. Just a little side note. Missing an L there, guys. Alright, sure thing. Well, the first thing I'm going to need today is some tough rumbler hides, but only from the subterranean ones. If they have ever seen daylight, they just won't do. There is a special cave I found once where they tend to gather. If you can bring me 15 of them, that would be great. I'm on it. And that is the Rumbler Caves. What in the world are you doing in the Sabertooth Knoll Tunnel, we wonder? Alright. So, picked those up. That's good. Well, Garagrim is working on that stuff over there. I may as well go get the Siren Shrine update. So we're going to fly part of the way to just save a little bit of run time and then jump and go grab that update from the place that I was just showing to Garagrim a few minutes ago. Ah, Nazara, the new instance group place. I got our Siren update for that, Siren Shrine. Just have to run right over it. Don't have to go down to it. We're now back to Tobias for that update. And we may as well use Sprint to make this a little bit faster. Don't think that I need any of those land cubs, so it must be Garagrim who needs those. I don't need any fledgling antelope. I do need some young antelope, so I'm kind of keeping my eye out for those. I'm not really like checking here so much in the trek window because I don't, it's not a big deal. But if I run across one, I'll pick it up on the way. All right, now we need to go and update with Granville. Class Granville, good to see you again, he says. I appreciate the report. This is all the coin I have to pay you for your work. My sister Tanny Granville says I spend too much on ingredients. Well, if you want more work, you can always speak with her. She's out in Nektulos Forest getting some ingredients out that way. Thanks for the work, friend. And I say, if they ever go to Nektulos, I'll look her up. Little does he know I already have. So I'll accept this. We have a little table. I'll show you the table in case you decide you want to do the Tobias Granville quest line and get this lovely little hexagonal, perhaps, table. Yeah, looks like hexagonal to me. Hexagonal table. All right. Let's see. This says I need fish for shallow water dwelling fish in order to make some fish oil to make the hide supple. Apparently, sometimes I can read, sometimes I can't. We'll go back and forth on that. Just me and Mappo in now. Mappo is level 31. So if he wants, we can certainly go and do something out in the wild without anybody mentoring or anything. I don't get to play with Mappo as much right now as usual because he and Calthea are in the late 50s of levels, and they're often out doing out with with like a mission. I'm gonna go do these quests and things. I think they're in their late 50s with their mains. 57 and 58. So yeah. And I know they've been working hard to try to get a bunch of quests done and get the levels that they're trying to do. Now, let's see here. I think I won't go for the tide octopus right now. I'll go ahead and try some shallows fish. Alright, 11 out of 18 fish oil. Yeah, I couldn't remember if I needed to kill these guys or if I needed to actually fish for them. And some of the quests like this, you can do either one and get your updates. So that's also a possibility. I can go find out. It doesn't look like that's updating anything. So I'm guessing not on that. Let's give this tide octopus a shot. They can definitely be a pain. Back up a bit. Try to do the whole kiting in the water thing. It's exciting. Still getting hit, unfortunately, by this detriment, which is not great. So, yeah, did not work out. Didn't know if it would or not, but it was a close one. I could have run onto the land, and I almost did, just to break the combat. But then I thought, well, maybe we can kill it. And alas, that is not the way. So. Still plenty of room in the bags at the moment. Let's see, what do we want to do next? We could just go kill some more of those fish. That's shouldn't be an issue. Don't know if we have any young antelope hanging around. We do need to get some animated scarecrows. They're over there in the what I refer to as the scarecrow fields at the beginning of the zone. And so I need those for a city writ that I have. May as well do those at some point soon. Don't really need any sirens at the moment. I do need some fish, however. Let's try to not get in a fight with that octopus at the moment. I apparently failed to get all of my passive spells going. Care must be taken or we're going to aggro another octopus. Or the same octopus, actually. Just one more fish. Okay, there's a fish that I should be able to shoot, hopefully without aggroing anything else, and pull this way. Alright, excellent, got that. That updates this Kurinam of the 7 folds, and it's time to bring the guy back. I'll go ahead and kill this Siren. I do need to kill Sirens, as you can see, for a couple of different things. The LNL is one of them, and EverQuest is the other. But there's no real need to do that at any particular point, because we'll need to go hunt Sirens for various quests anyway. And I would kind of prefer to do that after I have Haddon's Earring, so that I have underwater breathing. Could use Totems of the Otter, but I consistently forget to pick up Totems of the Otter from the depot in the guild house. So, okay, so to turn this in, we click this banner right here. And it says, as you lay the offering down at the base of the flag, you feel the wind whip up around you, blinding your sight. When you are able to see once again, you notice the offering you created has been replaced. You've received the blessing of Kurinam of the 7 folds. Always step away from the flag marker and accept that breastplate. Now, I've done all of the markers here, and therefore I have a quest from Watcher of the Fields. He says you've done much to honor the great chiefs, and I have watched as they offered you their blessings. But there is still one more chief that has not been offered respect. Though he has no marker, his spirit still walks among the living. Will you honor this lost chief as you have honored the others? And I say, who is this chief? He says he is known as Karoth the Forgotten. He did what he could to help his people during trying times and was deceived by a two-legs in a most vicious manner. Unbeknownst to his people, he offered them one last gift to save them, his life. But now he is nothing but a forgotten memory, with no one to offer him respect. And I say, I will honor this Karoth the Forgotten. What would remind him of his life? He says, as he lived, he strove to make peace with old enemies. Through cooperation with the giants, he hoped to stop the gnolls who threatened to destroy them both. Though it was difficult, he managed to secure a secret alliance with the Tall Ones. A memory that his work had some meaning in the long run would please him. And I say that I shall bring him a fitting offering. And let's see, I don't know. Okay, I need to harvest a precious mineral from the windswept stone of the Thundering Steppes. All right, windswept stone, huh? I suspect that someone has come through doing a little bit of cherry picking recently, because I don't see any kinds of stones and I don't see any kinds of roots. And I do see a whole lot of shrubberies and wood. There's a windswept stone. And I too will participate in the cherry picking for the moment. And the shiny hunting. Constantly. Come on, striped red. Plain yellow is not it. Striped red and is what I was going for. Unfortunate. Haha. Shadow, welcome back. How was your supper? Excellent. Glad to hear it. And you're welcome. Oh yeah, I'm doing just perfectly fine. I do have a bit of a headache, but it's kind of been a 2-day thing now. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. Shiny thing. Yeah, that's a constant right there. That striped red ant is just, it is very elusive. Yeah, well, I may have a cold. I do have a cough for about the last week. And yeah, I've had a headache for a couple days. So perhaps it's a cold. Yeah. I've been sneezing off and on. I had actually thought it was probably allergies because we've been having a lot of weather changes here over the last week or so. And I tend to get seasonal allergies, so it's possibly what's going on. Hard to say. You cough all the time? Lungs are hurting? Yeah, that's not great. You got the corona, you said, yeah. That's unfortunate. Well, how long have you had it? Hmm. The late follows. Don't know what it means. Work in a supermarket, so you get vaccinated every 2 years. Well, hopefully you get better soon. Ah, after effects, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, fortunately the cough isn't too terribly bad. It's just continuous. It's not you know, it's not a terrible cough and it's not like absolutely constant. It just is. Let's see, it lingers. It doesn't want to go away. Ah, I got the precious mineral. How lovely. That didn't take long at all. So now I have to wash the mineral in the stomach acids of the corpse cheaters. Those are all along the basin in this, I think I want to say over in this area is mostly where the corpse cheaters are. I can be wrong on that, but I think so. I think it's over here. I do need some Revenant Soldier activity, so I may as well try to see about them. Now, you'll note they are heroic. They're not lovely, but one might can handle some, possibly. Really, it, again, I should go do the other things that are not Revenant soldiers. There's a name for them. Ah, yes, animated scarecrows. Those are the ones that I should do. Better go back around. He was not close enough to me yet. If only I had paid attention to the distance. Alright, let's run in and finish him off. Now let's see here. I need those for a couple of quests, turns out. But I think I will head back to... You know what? I'm gonna go over here and see if I can find a shiny or two, because of course I am desperately seeking ants. Gotta get that striped red ant somehow. And then maybe go check out those animated scarecrows. Knock those out of the way. I may as well turn on track so that I can see what's around me. Ah, there we are. A shiny right here. That is not a striped red ant. Don't really need the foot soldier for anything. So, gonna go out looking for another shiny. Ah, some more timber badgers. Great. Need those still. One more of those will do it. And maybe we can get it right here. And this is for the quest at the beginning of the zone, I believe. Hunting with Trapper Orgus. Nope, Tobias. Tobias Vreldig in Thundermist Village. They like the name Tobias over there. It's very, very much what they like to name their children, apparently. So we got Tobias Granville and Tobias Vreldig. Disturbed corpse is one that came from a scrying stone. Someone pulled him up out of the ground, I can tell you. You haven't seen that happen yet. What it means, though, or implies, is that the scrying stones are working, or that they did work that time. Now let's see here. Ah, I have a quest to pick up over here. I wonder, this may be, yeah, this is Amy Borghese. She's the one who initially sends you to find her sister over in Nektulos Forest, and you, her sister is Kitty, who stands south of the behemoth pond on that little island in the river. And she says, I hate to impose, but I'm looking for someone who can help me find my sister. And I say, I met your sister in Nektulos. She doesn't want any inheritance. She says, I want to meet Kitty myself. I'd love to meet her. Father always spoke highly of her mother, even though she didn't want us to move to K'naea to live, even though she didn't want to move to K'naea to live with us. Perhaps if I spoke with her myself, I could make her understand. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I say, good luck with your sister. So now I'm going to try that again. I hate to impose, but I'm looking for someone who can help me find my sister, and I am going to this time say, why? Did you misplace her? She says, no, nothing like that. See, she's my half-sister. I was raised in K'naea by her father. Kitty's mother lives in Freeport. That's her name, Kitty. Kitty Valencia. Maybe you already know her. I say, tell me more. I have time to help you. And she says, thank you. Our father passed away and left us each an inheritance. I've been looking for her ever since. Apparently she travels a lot. I'm always a step behind her. Other folks are looking for her too, but by the time they send me word, she's gone. These are the places I've been told she was last seen. And I say, I'll do my best. And so, then she'll send me, look for Kitty Valencia in the Thundering Steps near the ruins of Kurinam. But that's not where we're going right now, because I've got to turn it over here with old Tobias. I suppose I could just as easily run. It's really, you know, a 50-50. Running down to the station down there would take maybe as long or close to as long as running this direction to Thundermist Village. Now it is nighttime, and so the gates are closed. I haven't completed the Bridge Keep quest enough times to unlock those gates, I don't think, but I may be able to just jump over on this side. Maybe. Maybe not. Not quite, it just won't let me. The other side, then. Because you see, that does not light up to be clicked through at this time. There are some drowned foot soldiers and corpse feeders down here. So, may as well knock some of them out on my way by. And then grab myself a corpse feeder. I'll need plenty more of each of those. I don't know that I have any more upright. There's a corpse feeder, haha. If only I could pay attention to my track window. Or my eyes, either one. You know, if you can't use one, surely you can use the other, right? But, alas, it doesn't seem to be the way. Alright, let's see here. Foot soldier, there's one there. It's back the way I was coming from. Don't know that I want to go backward. Just trying to get them on my way. I don't really want to necessarily work on those quests in earnest right now. Alright, and this is the Dead River Basin. There's another corpse feeder. I will grab that. But then I'm going to head up the little path here to get over to Tobias and turn that in, which was my ultimate goal when I headed this direction. Tobias Reldig, right here. He says,
Good work. Here is your reward. Want to help some more?
sure.
You know what to do. Kill the vicious beasts and I'll reward you.
No problem. We'll accept that. Tobias just doesn't strike me as a friendly kind of guy, you know? And now that I'm no longer on a mission, particularly, I can come and see if there are any drowned foot soldiers or corpse gorgers nearby, and go ahead and grab those. Carrion gorgers, sorry. And this, right where I'm almost at, is the place that you go when you're looking for those Rumbler caves for that quest, and also for, I believe, maybe Flarton Bumble's grandfather, which actually reminds me that I ought to pick that quest up. I do have room for another quest, and so probably I should go ahead and pick that one up, because I do need Rumbler hides, and I'll have to go in to that cave anyway. I believe that for Flarton's grandfather, you have to do the heroic version of it, and but the one for Brianna, you can do the solo version and get the updates there. But I think they also can be gotten in the heroic version if you do that. So may as well have both quests going, and then I can get credit simultaneously for the two. Let's shut that off. Don't need it blinking in our faces, right? But anyway, so yes, I'll head back that direction and pick up anything along the way that I need. Not seeing anything on track. Not really interested. I guess I'll kill this, but I don't really care about this guy. Drowned foot soldier is not too far away. Hold on a second. Drowned foot soldier is right over here. There we go. May as well grab him. May as well do this. Finish him off. Planning currently to head over the docks. Gonna get the quest ideally from Blumble. That might be his name. And I've gotten this heroic on him meanwhile, which we'll just miss. I have no need to kill him. So I won't. How about that? I will simply call and run away. However, I do need this corpse feeder. Alright, so since we're over near the docks, I will check again for a shiny. Hopefully I will get that striped red ant. We'll see. Now Barton Bumble is right over here. I was saying Blarton. His name is Blurton. How could I have made such an error, right? But before I go over to him, I want to make sure that the shiny isn't just hiding around somewhere. So I'd like to grab that if it's here. Not looking promising. So, somebody must have already gotten it recently. Ah, well. On to the docks then. Alright, Blurton Blumble.
Good day.
He says, oh, hey, could you maybe just run along and go bother someone else? Thanks a bunch. I say, yeah, whatever, I have a letter for you. He says, a letter from Matsy? Uh-oh, here we go again. Well, I'd guess you won't go bury it somewhere under a rock for me, so I suppose you'd better hand it over. I wonder what hideous banshee she's trying to set me up with now. The last one had a face like a minotaur with a skin condition, and her breath smelled like feet. Let's see here. Ha! She's given up on that at least. Ew, well, that does explain her breath. That's just disgusting. No, not again. I say, what? He says it looks like old Grandpa Blumble has gotten lost again. Crazy old fool. I don't want to go off searching for him now. Hey, you look like an adventurous sort. Do you think you could find him for me? I say yes. Sure, is what I say, in fact. He says thank you very much. Grandpa sometimes gets it into his head to go searching for pirate treasure. None of us are quite sure why, but the whole family worries about him. He has a knack for getting lost. Last time we found him, he had fallen asleep digging over on the beach to the north of the docks here, and we've been wondering when he'd try it again. You can't miss it. He always marks his dig with a big X. Okay. And that means that he's in the little X mark thing on the beach over there, not in the Rumbler caves down in the valley over there. And that's over here to in this area. It's up here. Maybe there. Yep, there. If this one comes after me, I'll just go ahead and knock her out because I need sirens anyway. You know what I forgot to do though? I forgot to get the berries off the dock. It's such a small thing to remember to do, and yet consistently I forget it. Okay, we are almost to the area. Right over here, along the beach with these crabs and whatnot. And let's see if we can find it. There's an entrancing siren. I feel like, okay, there it is. So that's the spot. Let's see here. Yeah, let's click it. We've got a pirate's hidden stash, Blumble's halfling hole, or heroic for pirate's hidden stash. We want the Blumble's halfling hole option because that is where we're going to find him. I don't remember. I think you can go in as a group as well as solo. I don't remember for sure. We're going to have an easier time of it because we're so much higher level. I don't think there's a map. Yeah, there isn't. So you're just supposed to wander around until you find him in these caves. I feel like it's not too bad. But it's been a while since I did this, so what do I need? We can do the cheater way and just use track. We were almost there anyway, though. Alright, Grandpa Blumble.
Hello, well met.
He says, why, hello there. Found the hole I dug, did you? You see, I had this map, and it said there was treasure here. I have yet to see any, though. And I say, are you Grandpa Blumble? He says, yes. You haven't seen Grandma around, have you? I figured she always liked shiny things, and I would find her with the pirate treasure, but I guess not. I say, okay, so what happened to Grandma? He says, oh, well, you see, we set out on a grand fishing adventure. Sorry. Oh, well, you see, we set out on a grand fishing adventure, I tell you. We decided to fish up one of those giant fish near the dock in Nektulos, so we got in our boat, the one I made, and set sail for Nektulos. I say, go on. He says, well, old Grandma there, she brought along, I would say, about half a dozen pies, hot from the oven, she did. Using her skills, she even kept them warm as we sailed across the sea. But it seems that the smell drifted out to the nose of a great pirate captain, and he sailed his ship toward us. I say, wow, that's amazing. What happened next? He says, to be honest, I finally got a hookup on the biggest fish you ever did see, right as we saw the pirate ship coming through the fog. I guess a sudden jerk from the fish knocked the pies right out of the boat. Then the pirate ship crashed right smack into us. What happened after that? Well, that's about it. I washed up on shore, searched for Grandma, and after a few days of searching, I decided to head home because she would never leave her oven for that long. I hoped she would be back in the Baubleshire, but sadly she wasn't. What a shame. Okay, now I'm going to have to find a quest to delete for sure, because I gotta pick this one up while I'm here. Let's see if we just have some repeatables that I don't mind deleting. I do want to keep the city tasks. I can get rid of this one without too much remorse. Get that, accept that. And then he says, well, I got to thinking. A pirate would have picked up a cute halfling like her for sure. So if she ended up becoming a pirate, she would be with the treasure. So that's why I'm out hunting down pirate treasure, you see. Do you think you could help me find Grandma? You can keep any of the treasure you find. Just let one of the family know as soon as you find her. Okay, thanks. I got bad news about Grandma. I have already seen her on the Nektulos Forest beach, and it's not great, you know? It's not great. Let's see. Ah, heading home for the day, huh, Mason? Very cool. I will have to actually run off for a while and do some Halloweening here in a moment because that is a indication of what time it is. And Halloween events begin very soon. So, all right, in that case, I will get off of here. I'll probably be back in, I'm going to say maybe 3 hours, maybe more, maybe less, just depends on how things go. But anyways, it was nice streaming with you all. Hopefully I'll see you all later. And if you haven't followed me yet, go ahead and do that. So that you can see what I'm up to, and you'll know when I go online. I will talk to you later. Bye bye for now.